welcome back to The Spell, where things are happening. Wait, oh yeah. This is gonna be entertaining due to, what happened? But that still doesn't all add up. She would never. What? Okay. She would never trust him, he thought. No. He believed. I don't know. I just said that I already forgot what this dude's voice is. I don't know about that. She seems very resolved. In any case, let's meet in order to take care of the paperwork. Yes. And he said in a somehow resolute tone. He was not cheerful, though, and he had yet to cry for his sister. Horrible, honorable as he was, no. He would probably never cry for her. He had no emotions, after all. He was a very strong, cold man. But when he hung up for mysterious reasons, he struck a pose as though he had just won the lottery. And the next day, after screening the whole night on the internet, he started visiting apartments near the girl's school. What's this thing freaking lagging like hell? Should be fine. Hopefully. As you can see, it's a very spacious school park. Supermarket, everything is near. Either. The saleswoman was about to go on about boring subjects, so Steve got to the chase. About the room we talked about over the phone. Yes, it's right here. Perfect. Somewhat. They walked to the room at the end of the corridor. At first, I had a hard time understanding you over the phone. I hope I didn't make a mistake. The measurements. Steve took out the measuring tape, maniacally, not caring about what she was saying. Just the way, why you asked? 144 exactly. Like here's the closest might not be in the right place though. It will work, hopefully. He was mumbling to himself. Is everything alright? Possibly. The saleswoman seemed creeped out, not that he minded. Yes, it will do. I'll take it. Really? Wonderful! I don't know who you're doing this for, but you must really like her. What makes you say that? I actually don't freaking know. He looked at her with a blank, distrusted yet pressuring expression. No reason! No reason! By the way, what? She asked nervously. I saw there was a furniture in the living room stuff. Well, we'll remove them by tomorrow, don't I? Unless you won't want to move in today. I'll buy it then. What? I'll buy the whole lot. What? Go on. The reasoning behind this. The day of the funeral eventually came. He had put his investigations on hold the day prior, deciding that reading on the subject of parenting would make for a better investment of his time. I can't stop the guy on that. Anyway, he had already found the one he's been looking for. The one only Roxanne that knew the husband and was not in her late 60s was the girl's former teacher. He already knew most of her habits by now. He stalked her for the past few days, after all. He would follow through in due time. And it would make sense. He had arrived late, not by mistake, but by choice. He didn't want to be around his relatives longer than necessary. When he entered the monitory, his suspicion materialized himself. Mother, I moved the cursor out of the way. The way they were all yapping about has his way of living. His irresponsibility. His delinquency. His damsel of a family structure. For the first time, he was happy. His parents were dead. To not be the witness of this apparent sight, he walked to the caskets. His sister was in front of him, yet he didn't feel anything. That's what he believed after all. And he touched her casket with a little delicate, I don't freaking know that word. Big brain time, go! He had left. She had taken care of him for a long time. He never paid her back. His big sister. No, it's idol. His sight then fell into the other casket. Her husband Patrick. He had betrayed her and had insulted him. Yet Steve felt nothing. That's right, completely and utterly nothing. That was a big move when you think about it. And he insulted him? Like, hell. I know not all family needs to trust everyone, but... He turned around, emotionlessly, and right before his eyes, a little girl was looking at him, with big blue eyes, filled to the brim with tears. She quickly cast her eyes down the moment they made eye contact. Well, at least we're kind of getting a full answer. He didn't think. He didn't judge. He simply acted as his hand moved of its own will. Before he knew it, he had his hand was resting on her beautiful little head. She had the cheeks of her mother, and the eyes of her father, and the sanity of the one who she killed. No. There was no need for words, no need for consolency. After all, if it weren't for this curse, they would probably be the one and the same. He walked away silently, knowing that this was the extent of what he could give her, and the rest she will have to do on her own. He didn't say for the commentary coming, mostly because he didn't want to be late for the meeting, where he would take charge of Alois's custody, even though it was an hour later, but only because he noticed something rather annoying. He didn't have a car. He had burned his old one a couple of days ago in order to fake his death, since then he had mainly been stuck using taxis. Yes, he was using taxis to get all the way there. He wanted to look dependable in front of the girl, if only a little. That's when he noticed his cousin's child leaving at the same time as him. He didn't know he was his cousin's child, though until the young man told him so himself. Steve noticed he had a car, so he thought, why not? At the point he was in. He had nothing to lose. Well, it works. It's a vehicle. It was an old white 90 Taurus. Not well maintained at all. There was all sorts of trash in the back seat. The rust was in the thing from all sides. And even with the doors closed, there was an awful putrid smell coming from it. To be completely honest, it looked more like a dumpster with 4 wheels. Something. How much for the car? Steve asked, as though it was actually for sale. Nothing. He's getting a car. As though it was actually a drivable thing. Cousin's son. I'm not selling it. It's a gift for my mother. His mother must hate him. Steve consulted. Rent then. Still I can't. 500 for the month. Well, yes, it says it's 17, so. And with his account, acquired a car, 17-year-old, with a girl he was supposed to impress. With it, the smell was so bad. Even Steve had a hard time with it. And it was coming from a guy who deals with corpses on a regular basis. Well, something. After acquiring the thing, for an hour, she won't even notice. Steve thought innocently. Well, it's something. Sunday. Oh, so we're just going with fucking season 2 then. She looked at him with disgust. Well, there's something. The first strong impression he gave her was disgusted. Disgust. It's not mine. It's a rental. He said casually in order to salvage the situation. Her reaction didn't affect him at all, though he had a mild desire to die on the spot. She eventually entered the car, annoyingly, but as she was doing so, she did something quite unexpected. She put her collar over his nose. She put her collar over her nose. That ain't gonna help. Was this some kind of trick? A life hack? Maybe if it meant not having to smell the order, he would gladly oblige. And so he did oblige. Well, it worked. What are you doing? Eloist asked, pouting. Not my problem that you're being so pouty. What's this? Is she perhaps angry at him because he was mimicking her? Was this some kind of accident? Accident technique? Didn't have the right to use? Nothing. Sorry, girl, but this technique is mine now. Well played, motherfucker. Will I take my drink? Of what? Nobody will know. With only 5 minutes later, when he realized that this technique didn't do much good, at least he realized. But either way, I'll end the freaking video here. I hope all of you guys have a great, wonderful time, and fuck's sake. At least we're getting all answers. So I'll see you guys next time.